Hello, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Between Timezones. I know it's been a while, guys, but we are back again with another banger. So here we are again to discuss some interesting topics. And thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching our last videos, all the videos. Thank you for the love. Continue liking, subscribing, and following my channel, World of Pups. That's my channel. And today I'm joined by one of our regulars now, Brian. And as you can see, he also has a channel named DIY with Brian. Brian, go ahead and say hi to our subscribers.
Thank you for having me. I hope you guys never get tired of me because I'm gonna be a regular here. So Brian, as you know, you can check me out on YouTube, DIY with Brian, or you can also find me on YouTube as DWB DJ. Yeah,
he's an awesome DJ, guys.
Thank you.
Find his channel. He gives great music. So follow DWB. That's
DJ.
The DWB DJ.
Yes.
That's where he has crazy nice music there. So go and find him. You'll find all variety, mainly rhythm. What else? Afrobeat, anything
dancehall,
you want, he has it there. And he has awesome videos about doing it yourself. DIY with Brian, and also he started vlogging now, so you can find his awesome trips also recorded there. So DIY with Brian, DWB DJ, follow him on there.
Thank you.
All right, Brian, we are back again. You ready to get into this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Since the last time, what's the feedback on what we've just done?
Yeah, I'm getting great feedback and great comments. You know, people are relating with everything we're talking about as people who have immigrated from their home country. It doesn't matter, not even only Kenya, just different places, and then move to another country. The experiences are pretty much the same. So it's nice to hear from other people. And surprisingly, some of the things we talk about also cross not only for immigrants, even just people, Americans, people who live in their own country, they can relate with that. Especially there's one about, having, what is it called? The workplace. In the workplace, just showing your value and, demanding or asking for what you're worth at, a workplace. So it's great to hear from different kinds of people and all the comments, all the love. So I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, I think, because there's people too. I think one person told me they would also want to share their story. So people are relating to what we're talking about. It's going to be, almost similar experiences. I think it's not the same, but it's similar. One person's story would be almost
and all the guests have been awesome. Just hearing from different professions, and looking forward to many more other guests with different professions, just to hear their story, or even just different people with different experiences. I've had people asking me, they'd like to be on this channel, so I'm reaching out to them, and we'll be having a lot more guests coming up.
So I think they should just continue letting us know in the comment section what they want us to talk about, what they want to hear.
Let us know what you'd like us to talk about. So today we will be continuing with one conversation we had. Part one, we talked about what people like but we don't like about moving to America. For this second part, we're gonna talk about what people don't like but we like. But I just want to just put a spanner in the wheels for that. I'd like to discuss things that feel basic in America but are a privilege back home. So just things that you think feel basic here, but there's some bugs here. I don't know. You feel like the bugs? It's so crazy. It's a summertime, guys. So bear with us. There's some bugs, out here. We're out in the summer, and
I think because of our melanin we have to be out so you guys can see us clearly.
That's a big factor. So being out here with, so the sun can hit our faces, you can see us well. So Brian, you know, there are some things we take for granted here. They feel basic to us.
Yeah.
But when you go back home, you're like, you know, it's actually a privilege.
There's one that, I don't know if you've
no,
done.
Go ahead.
Yeah, there's one that just even, I didn't even think about it. I hadn't even thought about it.
Yeah.
I always even tell the people I work with, they don't know how privileged, in quotes, they are, that you can quit a job anytime and look for another job. It might not take a day, but you're guaranteed to finding a job. It's just what type of job you're looking for. So when, you know, because I've worked with people who just, they don't care. They would just leave anytime. And speaking with the people who are hiring them, I'm like, these people don't know that, you know, we've come from places where the unemployment rates are insane. Like someone can, you know, a grown-up has never had a job. Like someone who's gone to university, he's like in his late 20s, hasn't found a job. So, and they do not know.
It's, you know what, it's that actually, you know, that's very like shocking, or it's a culture shock to me too, because growing up, like people would stay in one place for their whole of their lives, and mpaka wanajulikana kama mtu, kama
part of the family,
kama Brian wa Posta,
okay.
Nani wa KPLC, because that's where they've worked all their lives.
You can't quit. You can't quit.
Like you and that workplace, you're one.
You're one, yeah.
Back home, because you can't quit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Where
you're
you
just
go?
Praying that you don't get fired, but you cannot quit. So, but here people have the privilege of just leaving their jobs and finding another job, like, you know, really fast. So that's also a blessing. I mean, it's surprising.
When you think of, because I think many of us, even you guys watching, I think most of our parents, they worked at the same place.
All their life.
If they did more than, it's probably two jobs, probably two places.
Yes.
But for most of them, I know my mom worked for the same company.
Yeah. All her
36 years, same company. So she doesn't have any other experience anywhere
same thing
else.
with my parents. Maybe two companies at most I know of. Yeah.
But you might find the companies are in the same, probably the same. Maybe they were in government. Yeah. Switched to a different department. So it's and it's common. Yeah. It's common.
Yeah.
As you say, someone gets associated with. You know, they say their name and then they add their workplace.
Yeah.
Which is when you think of it here, even for us, I mean, can you remember, maybe you can, but what do you think, how many jobs have you done so far? How many different, places have you been?
Oh my goodness, I don't know. I don't know, maybe 4 or 5.
And it's in how many years?
Yeah, a long 20. Time, 20 years.
Yeah. So it's standard, I think. For me, it's maybe probably 3, I think, in the 7 or so years. So, and you never know. You know, because you don't know. I mean, next year something else. You know, different opportunities. The workplaces get difficult to be at. You know, without using the word toxic, but they just become something else.
Yes.
And then people move on. Yeah. You know, companies go to the ground. Companies fail, which is very, very common. You know, because you know you're working for, especially these companies that are contracted to do stuff. So, you know, something can happen, a new government can come in, change stuff, and then you have workplaces that can change the policies or whatever, and then they have to restructure. And then also Kenya, I think jobs are protected. Many jobs are protected. That's why one is able to stay at one job for a very long time. But here, in many places, they don't need much to get rid of you. They can easily get rid of you.
Yeah, and nowhere. I remember there's a friend of mine who got like laid off. When I was still new here, and you know, they went to work and they, you know, in the middle of the day they were done. They came back home and they were laid off, and I'm like, I was so panicked. I'm like, oh my God, what are you gonna do? I thought that's the end of their life. Like they've been laid off of their job. What are they gonna do? Yeah. How are they gonna fix, feed their families? I was so panicked having that mentality from Kenya that, you know, your jobs are so hard to find. You know, when you lose your job, that's it for you.
When you get laid off, you're done.
You're done.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God, what are they gonna do? I was like so sad for them, but you know what? Within a couple of months, they already got another job and they moved on, and they've got like maybe 6-7 jobs from that day. I'm like,
they got used to being, got used to moving on and being like,
as long as you have the skill set and everything, that's all you need. So that's actually a good one that you bring up. So
it is crazy. It is. Just let us know. I think this is going to end up being another different topic in the future. That unemployment down there and jobs everywhere here. So anyway,
all right. So back to some other basic things. Like I'm gonna go back to like the really, really, really basic, like having electricity 24/7 and not even worrying about losing the electricity, and also like tap water, like having water 24/7. That is really like something that we take for granted here. You go back to Kenya for like to visit, and then you're like you're there comfortable for 1 second, you're in darkness. You're like, what's happening? That's constant.
Yes, when you talk about electricity, it's even right now, by the time they're watching, I think this month or last month, there's been electricity problems, and it's been affecting the entire nation. So I've seen, and there's no backup or anything. So I don't even know how patients, I don't know how, these machines running in hospitals, I don't know how because over here, the most we've been without electricity was, I think, half an hour. And that was major because I think there was an accident. Someone ran into, or someone crashed into one of the poles or something. And they ended up, that's a major accident. But they fixed it within 30 minutes. Regular, whatever I see normally happening is it just goes off for like a minute or less or a few seconds. You don't even notice.
I think the last time we had like a long time, it was maybe 2-3 hours. We had a storm that came, and poles fell and things like that. So things and the people are on the ground really fast repairing that. Within 3 hours, we are back on.
I think it's the repercussions. When they say when the repercussions are tougher and harder or expensive, people tend to do their job. Because you can sue the company, and that lawsuit can bring that company to the ground. So I think it's because of the repercussions. The issue is back there, there's that monopoly situation.
Exactly. I was gonna say that because here you have, maybe in this area you have Novec, you have Dominion Power, you have other
in just one region.
In this neighborhood, actually in our neighborhood, when we lost power, this side of the street did not have power, but on the other side they had power because they are under another company. So that monopoly aspect also comes into
because
play.
They don't care. There's nothing. I mean, it's because it's also it's not government. It's government owned. So I mean, what are you going to do to the government? So true. In these third world places, it's just that's unfortunate. So if the repercussions are not there, then you can see laws being, because it's a human. I think it's a right. Electricity, I think
at this point, like where we are now, it is actually like a necessity, a basic need and a right to, because you need electricity for everything at
to
this
move
point.
And everything. To communication and whatnot. I mean, if you have an accident and you need emergency, and if you can't be able to get through someone, so I think that's one of the reasons. So that one, we just take it for granted. When we lose it, that's when we're like, what just happened? Because it's not like something that happens.
I did visit, went back the last time we went to the village, and this is just I think it happens only in that area, like the pole, like the termites ate the pole until it fell, and it fell on the same day that we were getting.
You guys got there.
Getting there.
They didn't have power.
So we didn't have power
for the entire state. So
we had a generator running, but that's noisy, and at some point it just dies again. So it was very, it was not a good experience.
And termites eating the pole is a long-term thing. There's no way they can eat the pole in one day. That happens in months.
I'm sure there's a prevention. I think there's something that they should coat the power those poles with. It's just
And when you talk about villages, most villages got power, whatever, they connected to the grid in recent years.
Recently,
so these poles, you wouldn't say that the old poles
they're new. They're still new.
Fairly new, yes.
Yeah. So that's that's something that we take for granted.
Yeah. You also mentioned water, right?
And water too.
Water
just
running.
having running water and hot water to shower and all that. Those are just things that we take for granted. And when you go back to Kenya, it's a privilege. So we also have like
going back to water thing. When you think of, because I can't remember us having water every day, like opening the tap. It was at some point, it was like a Tuesday. So on Tuesday you guys have to
that's
get
in Nairobi.
And it's in Nairobi. So you have to get your jerry cans and stuff.
That's constant.
So like a Tuesday you have to fill them up and fill everything, even the plastic bottles, like the small ones, even fill the cups and everything. So it's crazy when you think of it. And people just live through, and
you even have to
get used to
sometimes buy water.
And then there's people, I think, who constantly, they even gave up on municipal water. They figured, it's just easier. And that's also another thing. It's legislation and repercussions, because I think water is there. It's because these water companies have to make money. So they've colluded to make it. I think it's an artificial problem when you think of it, because it's not a place that, I mean, how many people are in this country and water is just constant? When you think, I mean, the ocean is not too far. So water shouldn't really be, it's an artificial problem.
Yeah, I think so too.
And then that water, like having the hot, cold, like you can, and one thing that my uncle jokes with me is, when he thinks about moving back, he doesn't really stress about so many things. The only thing he stresses about is just showering. Like in Kenya, like how many people shower? Because you can take a bath, but there's a difference between taking a bath and showering. So so for him, the main thing is he has to go into a house where water is coming from above, like he has to shower. That's his explanation of showering. So he has to like open a tap, and then the water can come down from above. So for him, that's like prime. So when you think of it, this is someone who's like used to showering, like and do you even get clean when you shower like that? So, and it's something that we don't even think about it here ever. I mean, does it cross your mind that showering is something that?
No, really. I mean, you wake up and you expect like it's guaranteed.
Yeah, people do it twice a day.
Yes. Anytime you want, So it's just it's crazy. Yeah. When you go back home and it's like, my goodness, okay, maybe today, maybe the power is off, it's cold water, or maybe there's no water. So
and the producer shared with us a photo of like the way they use the mkokoteni in the slums.
Oh
with the jerry cans. That's just a constant image that you see in these places, these densely populated places. I don't think they ever have water. Even if they do, the contractors didn't make it in a way that there's pressure taking the water to this 15th floor or whatever. So people just survive. When you think of it, it's crazy. And I think is water a basic need?
It is a
food, shelter
need.
So it falls under
food.
Shelter.
I think it's food.
Yeah, made food and shelter. I think so. So I think it's a basic. It's a basic need.
It is a
because
basic
you can't survive without.
You can't survive without water. You need water for everything.
And forget even about showering, even because you need it to cook and everything. So and then the options you have, you're not sure if you're buying clean water.
Yeah. So I mean, that's something we take for granted. But it's not. That's not always there. But I see people being creative nowadays. I think people are moving towards living off the grid or not depending on government services. So I see people digging boreholes now, digging their own boreholes, and also using solar as a form of electricity. So they're not dependent on that. So I know someone who uses solar as the main source of electricity and uses the KPLC power as a backup. Okay. So I think that's the best way to go about it.
And I think the more people do it, I think, because I think this monopoly thing won't end soon. So I think that's the way to go. There's a guy who I think he builds these houses is using recycled plastic and stuff. And he has like the windsock. So he has solar, and he has that thing that powers whatever. So he lives like in the hills and stuff. So it powers everything. So he's like completely off grid. He even recently imported an electric car, like fully electric.
Oh, nice.
And it's cheaper for him.
Yeah.
I heard his story. He's spending maybe 10,000 shillings, I think, in a month.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on the car, compared to previously spending almost that in a day, because his work involved a lot of traveling.
Yeah.
Going to all these construction sites and everything. So for him, it's a huge thing. And I think the more people do it, the better it is going to be.
Okay. Something else I think that we take for granted is also the ability to call on 911 or emergency services at any time, and get you the response that you need, the medical response that you need, or if there's someone attacking you, you are able to call someone and they'll respond right away. So I mean, those are some of the things, when you go back home, either you have to hire a private firm to do that for you, to do the response for you, or man, I don't know.
I don't even, is it 999, I think, in Kenya?
I don't even know the number. Guys, tell us what the number is in Kenya. I think it's 999.
Yeah, they also have 911. I think they have those two options. And what's crazy, recently, they have another one for emergency health services, for that social health assurance thing, which is 722 or something. So you have three numbers, which you can make into one. And the problem is not even the number, is are you going to get someone who can locate you? Because over here, I think you just give them coordinates. They ask you for questions like, where are you? Where do you think? If it's on a road.
Do you know they don't even ask for that?
They can.
Let me tell you, my son, when he was younger, I think they had just started learning about 911. Calling 911 for help. They're taught in school, all that stuff. So he came home, he was like, this is interesting. So unknown to us, he took my phone and dialed 911. I'm busy in the kitchen doing whatever, and guess what? I hear a knock at the door. Because he called 911, it rang, and he hung up real quick, because now he was like, oops.
What did I just do?
So he hung up. A few minutes later, a knock at the door. Guess who's there? The police.
The police,
The police are there. They did not even ask him a question. Where are you? What are you doing? Nothing. Just by the phone call, they are going to track where your phone is. And if you hang up, they're going to think that maybe you're in danger and you're not able to talk. And they send officers there. So opening, I'm like, what are the police doing here? And they said they got a call from a location. Now I started asking, who called the police? Who called 911? Then, my son admitted, I was just trying to see whether it works. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I had to apologize to the officers and say, my son called by mistake and all that. And they gave him a little lesson, like, you really need to call us when you're in real danger. And they went further. They wanted to know who else is in the house and all that stuff, because someone could be in danger and they're not, maybe they're in the basement or somewhere else. So they take these things very seriously. So, I mean, I don't know when Kenya will get there, but, it's...
because when you look at all the accidents, because I think every day there's an accident. And most of the accidents, because of the roads, they're like small and everything, they're fatal. Most of them, it's head-on collisions and whatever.
Right.
If this emergency response, when you think of it, there's so many lives that could have been saved and can be saved and will be or would have been saved if only, because when you look at it, an hour later, it's the locals trying to pull people out of the cars. And you're pulling someone out of the car, you're making it worse for them. You can break the spine and whatever. So when you think of, especially in accidents, that's, I think, number one, where this emergency. I once did a program, a local one, at my workplace for that county. And I had the opportunity to go to an emergency call center and just saw the apparatus they had there, the number of people they had there. They work 24 hours and they're answering one phone call while getting done with another one or getting information from the other one. So they're like doing two things at the same time. And they have, they have all the gadgets they need to locate this person, to get as much information. And that day, when I went there, there was wildfires, I think, in the county.
Yes.
So it was so busy.
Okay.
And they had like there was too many people there. And this is just one county. When you think of a county, it's not really that, it's not that big. It probably, but they have the police. It was a sheriff's office.
Yeah.
So you have like there's quite a good amount of fire stations there. So the response is immediate. And I think that's the number one reason why so many lives are saved.
Okay.
Yeah. So this 911 thing, when you think of it, that's why you end up feeling secure, because if, even after an accident, you don't even need to be the one calling. Someone else is gonna be able to reach out, and it's something we don't even think about. Like when you go to Kenya, when you travel to Kenya right now, and you need those services, I think that's when you realize, oh my goodness, this is, if you get involved in a situation where you need to reach out for emergency, like a car breaking down at night, and insurance can't do anything. You have to call 911. Then insurance, you're gonna figure out insurance later, but you need to get home. Yeah. So at midnight, what do you do? What do you do? Yeah. So it's crazy.
Yeah. And it's a lot of things that we take for granted. That things just work. The system works, and it's it's a lot of things that we take for granted that look like they're basic here, but back home is like, it's not there. Yeah. And hopefully, I have hope that at some time, at some point we'll get there.
Yeah,
and
one by one.
Kenya will get there.
Yeah.
So I think I'd like to end. I know there's a lot more things to talk about.
Yes.
But we're getting to the end of the episode. So I just want to end with one question for you. I would ask, if you went back to Kenya today, what can you not do without? Or if you decided, like, you're moving back to Kenya today, what's one thing that you would not do without? Your uncle said he wants a hot shower.
Yeah, a running shower.
Like what's one thing or two things that you would like really, really, really need? You would not do without. I think for me, I want to say, like, just basic internet, like fast Wi-Fi. I think
guaranteed Wi-Fi.
Yeah, guaranteed Wi-Fi. I mean, apart from the water, the electricity, I think Wi-Fi. I think I really appreciate being somewhere where I can have Wi-Fi. I think it's just everything works, on the internet. So I'm like, without Wi-Fi, I think I'll be miserable. So I think that's one
because I think even with Wi-Fi in many houses, there's that thing of, like, when I'm reaching out home, they have to be in certain rooms. If they have to go to the bedroom, you can't. If you try to call someone who's already gone to sleep,
they're not.
There's no connection, and there's no other way you can call them unless you call them directly.
Oh yeah.
So that's one thing. There's Wi-Fi, but then reliable Wi-Fi.
Yeah. I would say reliable Wi-Fi then.
Yeah. So because then without Wi-Fi, the other option is expensive, I think.
Yes.
If you need to do a lot of things, I think using the internet, because it's unlimited. That's another thing that we also take for granted. I think did you mention it? I don't think so.
And what, unlimited?
Yeah, like Wi-Fi being like it's too basic up to a point where you don't even think.
I know.
You don't even think about
you don't
it. Of course, you pay for it, but it's gonna work every corner of
everywhere. Yeah. Well, unless you are in a plane and you're like, oh my goodness, there's no Wi-Fi in the plane. But basically, you have Wi-Fi everywhere. Yeah.
I can't pinpoint one thing.
You'd be good anywhere.
And I won't. I would. All these things we've mentioned. I think at this point you'd have to. Like water, you said a borehole, right? Like you would need to not depend on government services, only just depend on anything that like security. That's the one thing that you can't protect yourself. You can't be foolproof. You can get all these security companies and everything, but there is no way it can be foolproof.
That's true.
So that's the one thing that the government guarantees, and it doesn't guarantee, but you have to depend on them.
That's true.
But everything else, I think I would just have to do them myself, like being off grid, getting that borehole. And what's the other thing? Imagine, oh, no, there's no way. That you just mentioned. So I think it's just being self-sufficient, probably.
Yes.
Getting as much as you can, investing in that stuff in order to, because those are things that you go through every single day.
Yeah.
You know, without this, then even the Wi-Fi won't be, you know, won't be important.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, guys, well, you know, there's so much more we can discuss, and you can go to the comments and continue the conversations. Anybody in the diaspora or anybody in Kenya or wherever you are, just go in the comments and add on to what we've discussed. I know there's a lot more things that we take for granted that are not basic back home. So go in the comments, put in your comments there. Thank you for watching. Comment, subscribe, share, like. To my audiences from DWB, DJ and DIY with Brian, thank you for joining me today. Follow me, please subscribe, share and comment. You know, welcome to the family for World of Pups, Between Timezones Podcast. We'll be bringing you many more bangers coming up. So stay here with us and join us in the next episode. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.